Good evening and welcome to the final public hearing of the 2022 Pittsburgh City Council Reapportionment Advisory Committee. My name is Sean Carter and I am a representative from Council District 9 and I'm your host this evening. I want to take a moment and recognize the members who are in attendance with us. To my left is the Chairman, Daniel Wood, representative of Council District 6. And joining us virtually we'll start with the Vice Chair, Emily Yonan, representing Councilwoman Strasburger from District 8. We have Matt Singer, representing Council District 5. We have James Murray, representing Council District 7. Bob Charlin, representing Council District 3. Blake Plavchak, representing Council District 4. We are here tonight to give a brief presentation on our work so far in developing a preliminary reapportionment plan to send to council as a recommendation for them to then take action on as they see fit. I'm going to now share the screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to share it on.
Oh, I didn't share it.
Go back to
Yeah, I have to go to Zoom. Okay. So the reapportionment map draft for Pittsburgh City Council. What is the Reapportionment Advisory Committee? The Reapportionment Advisory Committee is a 9-member body appointed by City Council, tasked with drafting a council district reapportionment map based on population data from the 2020 decennial census. And these are the appointees representing the Reapportionment Advisory Committee. From Council District 1, Skylar Schaefer. From Council District 2, Jonathan Alexander. Neither of them could be with us this evening. From Council District 3, we have Robert Charland. And from Council District 4, we have Blake Plavchak. From Council District 5, we have Matt Singer. From Council District 6, we have Dan Wood, who serves as the chair. From Council District 7, we have James Murray. From Council District 8, we have our Vice Chair, Emily Yonan. And representing Council District 9 is me, Sean Carter. And we must give thanks to our excellent support staff, City Clerk Brenda Pree, Assistant City Clerk Kim Clark-Baskin, Deputy City Clerk Louise Chris, Jesse Exelis, Assistant City Solicitor with the city's Law Department, and Giovanni Svevo from the Department of Innovation and Performance, who has been our data guru and mapper extraordinaire, although he hasn't got a lot of work in that area yet. We're getting to it.
Hey, Sean, real quick. Skylar is here. Well, he's listed as an attendee and not a panelist.
I'm sorry, did you say Skylar is here?
Skylar is here, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Maybe we need to get him.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, but someone else.
Louise, if I could borrow you for a minute, please.
Yeah.
Skylar, sit tight. We're working to get you in here. Oh, did I go too far? Yes. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So the Pennsylvania Constitution requires municipalities reapportion their council districts every 10 years with the release of the United States decennial census. The census this year was released the census was released last year on August the 12th, which gives us a 1-year deadline date of August the 11th of 2022 for City Council to pass finally its reapportionment map and submit it to the Allegheny County Board of Elections. And that statute says that within the year following that in which the federal decennial census is officially reported, each municipality having a governing body not entirely elected at large shall be reapportioned. And so here's our timeline. The Reapportionment Advisory Committee was established on September the 21st, 2021. The committee has held regular bi-weekly meetings through the end of last year, and it has continued to hold meetings this year as it worked on a preliminary map approval. And we've held, what is this, our sixth or seventh public hearing? Our seventh public hearing since March the 15th. And preliminarily, I believe we're scheduled to pass our recommendation in our upcoming meeting next week. And the criteria and legal requirements in reapportioning council districts, the legislature has established that municipalities must adhere to in reapportionment. One, that districts must be composed of contiguous territory. They shall be composed of territory as compact as possible and as nearly equal in population as possible. Districts must be drawn in compliance with the Voting Rights Act. So just brief explanations of these various criteria. District compactness is a district that is as solid and as uniform in shape as is possible. It is the criteria with the greatest deal of legal latitude. However, this one is not. District contiguity. The Supreme Court defines contiguity as a district in which one person can go from one point in a district to any other point without actually leaving the district, or a district in which no part of that district is separate from any other part. Population equality. Article 9, Section 11 of the state constitution says the voting power of every individual shall be equal to that of any other individual. And within that rubric, the Commonwealth Court has ruled that for municipal reapportionment plans, those that have a deviation of less than 10% generally enjoy a safe harbor from legal challenges. So generally, our goal is to keep the deviation under 10%. And then there are the federal requirements, specifically the Voting Rights Act, which governs the establishment or the preservation of majority-minority districts. The Federal Voting Rights Act, for those of you with us who don't know, was passed in 1965. It was the implementation of the 15th Amendment to the Constitution. It was established to enforce and to prohibit government from denying citizens the right to vote based on a person's race. And there are some Supreme Court cases which establish the ground rules for when or how you can draw majority-minority districts. And the first of these is a minority group must be sufficiently large and geographically compact to constitute a majority within that district. The second is that minority group must be politically cohesive, and then it must be established that the majority population group votes sufficiently as a bloc to defeat the minority group's preferred candidate. And that was further refined in a subsequent Supreme Court case is a minority voting age population that constitutes a minimum of 50% of the total voting age population of a district. And so that leaves us with where we are today. This is the current map of Pittsburgh City Council districts. And I hope you can see it better wherever you're looking at it, and then I can see it on this laptop screen. But these are our current districts. And I'll leave that up for just a second. So in 2010, the Census Bureau determined that the city had a population of 305,704 residents. And of April the 1st last year, the Census Bureau determined that the city of Pittsburgh only had a population of 302,971, a decrease of 2,733 people from the previous census, which means under population equality, we have to have 9 districts of equal population, which means our ideal district population, the mean, is 33,663. And as you'll look on the chart on the screen, it points out where each district fell in the 2020 census totals, their current deviation from the ideal population number of 33,663 in percentages, and then the next column, the raw number of difference between what the district reports and what the ideal is, and the percentage of voting age population that's African American of each council district. So I'll leave that up there for a second so everybody can get a good look at it. And so this is the current draft proposal for the Reapportionment Advisory Committee. We achieved a total deviation of 9.83% so far. One of our goals was to maintain both of the city's current majority-minority districts, which were and still are Council District 6, which under this proposal will have a minority voting age population of 50.1%, and Council District 9, which will have a black voting age majority of 55.74%. Again, I'll leave that up there for just a second. On the next spreadsheet are the demographics of the proposal. And so for each district, you can see what their population would be under this proposal. Its deviation from the ideal of 0 deviation of the 33,663, what that represents in real numbers, and what the percentage of voting age population African American percentage is. Now we're briefly going to highlight some of the changes between the districts, and so we'll start with Council District 1. Currently in Council District 1, there are some 25th Ward precincts in the Central North Side, half of downtown Pittsburgh, part of the Strip District, well, no, half of downtown Pittsburgh, which are currently in Council District 6, which are being moved into Council District 1. This proposal also has the Strip District and Polish Hill moving from Council District 7 into Council District 1, and the Marshall Shaitland neighborhood will move from Council District 1 into Council District 6, which we'll discuss later when we get to District 6, as well as a portion of Perry South, which is currently in District 1, which will also move into District 6. On to Council District 2, which, as you can see, has very few changes. One precinct in Mount Washington, currently in Council District 4, would be moved into Council District 2, and one precinct on the South Shore, currently in Council District 3, would move into Council District 2. That takes us into Council District 3. The big change, the neighborhood of Bon Air would move from currently in Council District 4 into Council District 3. I believe a precinct in South Oakland would move from Council District 6 to Council District 3, and a neighborhood currently in Council District 3, the St. Clair neighborhood, not to be confused with the former St. Clair Village, would move from Council District 3 into Council District 4. And that takes us into Council District 4, where, again, a Mount Washington precinct currently in Council District 4 is moving into Council District 2. The Bon Air neighborhood will be moved out of Council District 4 into Council District 3, and as I said before, the St. Clair neighborhood, which on this slide is 16.8, but I think on the previous slide is 16.9, we'll have to correct that, will move from Council District 3 into Council District 4. That takes us to Council District 5. This map currently proposes to move a piece of Squirrel Hill North that's currently in Council District 5 across the line into Council District 8, and the City of Pittsburgh portion of Regent Square from Council District 5 into Council District 9. Taking us into Council District 6, and as you can see on the right hand, it shows the current map in the RAC proposal. There's a lot of changes in this particular council district, so I'll go through them again. Currently, the neighborhoods in the precincts in Marshall-Shadeland, which are in Council District 1, will be moved into this district, Council District 6, along with a small portion of Perry South that's not already in District 6, will be moved into Council District 6. Central North Side neighborhoods in the 25th Ward that are currently in Council District 6 will be moved into Council District 1. Half of downtown Pittsburgh, which is currently in Council District 6, would move into Council District 1. The 4-6 precinct in Oakland, currently in Council District 6, would move into Council District 8, and the aforementioned Ward 4 Precinct 19 in South Oakland would move out of this council district into Council District 3. That takes us into Council District 7, where first and foremost, the Strip District, which is currently in Council District 7, would be moved into Council District 1, along with Polish Hill, which is currently in Council District 7, would also be moved into Council District 1. And that takes us into Council District 8, where I previously mentioned Ward 4 Precinct 6 and Oakland Precinct will be moved out of Council District 6 into Council District 8. The 1420 Precinct in Squirrel Hill North is being moved out of Council District 5 into Council District 8. And Point Breeze, the portions of Point Breeze not already in Council District 9, would be moved into Council District 9. And that takes us, last and not least, to Council District 9, where, as I just said, the portions of Point Breeze not already in Council District 9 would move from Council District 8 into Council District 9, and Pittsburgh's portion of Regent Square, which is currently in Council District 5, would be moved into Council District 9. And that takes us to next steps. As I stated at the beginning, City Council has held 7 public hearings to receive feedback and comments on the proposal, and we're now here in May. It is currently the committee's intent to give a final vote to the recommendation sometime next week. I believe in our meeting is Tuesday, and then forward that plan to City Council, who will then have even more public hearings and take even more public feedback before it makes a decision as to what to do with the recommendation, whether to make any changes to the recommendation, and it is anticipated that they will give final vote on a reapportionment plan by the end of July. And we are all done with public hearings, so we'll just pass that slide. And thank you very much. If anybody's out there, we appreciate you taking the time to take a look at a very important process here for Pittsburgh City Council. And I wonder if we have any speakers in either here in person or here virtually. Well, I'll ask the committee's indulgence. Was he a registered speaker?
No, but he can speak.
Okay, well, I'll ask the committee's indulgence. We'll let him speak if you give your name and your neighborhood. When she gives you the signal, the beginning of your 3 minutes will start, and I believe she'll give you a signal when you have 30 seconds remaining, and then when she gives you the next signal, your 3 minutes will be up.
Just state your name and address for record.
Great. John Rhodes, 3030 Wigan Street, Polish Hill. Members of the Reapportionment Advisory Committee, my name is John Rhodes. I live at 3030 Wigan Street in Polish Hill. I'm here as a board member and representative of the Polish Hill Civic Association, the RCO for the neighborhood. The PHCA has reviewed the impact that the proposed new district boundary lines would have on our neighborhood. We want to emphasize that no matter what the final map looks like, we know Polish Hill will be represented by 1 or 2 dedicated city council members who work diligently to improve the lives of their constituents. The objections we raised today and in the letter you should all have received are only in response to the concerns that we have about the reapportionment process. The first issue that I want to discuss is how oddly shaped District 1 becomes by including Polish Hill. As you know, the RAC must make district lines compact to the greatest extent practicable. We believe that anyone viewing District 1's proposed boundaries would consider the inclusion of the portion of Polish Hill drawn in to look anything but compact. According to Day's redistricting, we found that District 1's compactness scores would all improve if precincts 6-4 and 6-5 were not tacked on so strangely. District 1's REOC score would increase by 16%, or double its normalized rating, and both its Polsby Popper and Know It When You See It scores would go up as well. The Engage page also states that the RAC is committed to keeping neighborhoods intact to the greatest extent practicable. However, the new proposed map splits Polish Hill in two, dividing us along the Martin Luther King Jr. East Busway. We would hope our small neighborhood would be contained within one single city council district so we could use our limited volunteer hours liaising with city council as efficiently as possible. We would like to highlight the fact that ever since Pittsburgh transitioned to electing its city council by districts in 1989, Polish Hill has always been included in District 7 with our adjacent neighborhoods Bloomfield and Lawrenceville. Even then, the neighborhoods were indelibly tied together, as can be seen in the February 6, 1989 issue of the Pittsburgh Press, which talked about the shared values facing, quote, the traditional blue-collar areas of District 7 covering Lawrenceville, Polish Hill, Garfield, and part of Bloomfield, end quote. These neighborhoods have faced similar kinds of changes from unemployment and blight at that time to gentrification and displacement now. The PHCA often advocates on a wide variety of issues with community benefit organizations of Bloomfield and Lawrenceville, which we would be cut off from in this new map. We would point to the recent creation and expansion of inclusionary zoning as one shining example of this. District 1 is clearly a district that predominantly represents the north side. We have great friends in the north side, but we obviously are not a north side neighborhood, and we fear our neighborhood would lose much of its voice if we were broken away from communities that share our interests and became part of the district that is almost entirely comprised of north side neighborhoods that have vital but different interests than our own. For all of these reasons, the board recommended to the full membership of the PHCA and they voted unanimously to ask the RAC to reconsider how it recommended incorporating Polish Hill into its proposed district map. We ask, 1, draw the whole neighborhood into a single district by keeping precincts 6-1, 6-4, and 6-5 together, and 2, keep Polish Hill in the same district as the adjacent neighborhoods of Lawrenceville and Bloomfield, who have been longtime allies. Thank you for your careful consideration of these points.
Well done. Thank you, Mr. Rhodes.
Thank you.
Do we have anyone in the virtual lobby? No? All right, at this time, I will ask that if any members have comments, please help yourselves.
Yeah, we got a few comments. First of all, thank you, John, for showing up. It was thanks to the committee for, having this extra meeting. I think was really important. A lot of the feedback we had was that there wasn't enough opportunity for public input. And I want to again stress that we've really tried to put this out there and have as many people participate as possible. It didn't go as well as we all hoped to get as many people involved, but I'm glad that we put forth the effort to. In terms of the map, I think that we can definitely work together over the next several days here, leading into our next meeting, and try to come to some agreements and take the feedback that we've had seriously, and try to put forth the best proposal to the council possible. Again, I want to let the public know that this, even what we put forward, isn't going to necessarily be the final map. Once this is in council's hands, they'll get to make edits as well. They'll have their own public process. They'll probably put it forth towards public hearing, I believe, and there'll be another opportunity to let your voices be heard. So thanks to everyone in the committee, and thank you to John and everybody else who's made public comments so far.
All right, thank you, James. Any other comments from any of the other committee members? Okay. So with that, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Seconded.
All right, this meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everyone.